What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Last time we were here, we were technically on this map, but not quite. The last time we had it here, we were on a modded map of Elm Creek, which was called South Creek. But now we are on the vanilla game, Elm Creek, and I noticed that I thought I had the tree flickering gone, but it seems like it's here to stay. It has been flickering a time or two. Just be on the lookout for that. And we have a farm now. I took the money that we had from selling out the last time, and I put it into an actual farm. I got rid of the field that we had here. And I turned it into a farm. So we now have chickens. Well, we had chickens before, but we have an actual chicken coop. And we got our eggs going already. I didn't have any wheat or barley to start off the game with. What I did was kind of get through the first season to get back to where we left off the last episode in the beginning of November. So I had to go out and actually purchase some chicken feed, so that way I can fill the silo up here to feed our chickens. As you can see, the health is only up to 90%. It's not up to a whole 100% yet, but once that happens, our eggs will start getting cranked out here a little bit faster. I got us a snow plow for the front of our truck for the winter months if we need it. And we have an actual barn, or pole barn. We got our large header here with our header trailer, and hopefully as the seasons progress the trees will stop flickering. In here we've got our stone picker. As you can see, we've already used it. I washed it off, but you can see it's already been used. We have a roller, which has been used as well. I used that. I did actually. Have I used that? Can't remember if I used it or not. I think I did. No, I bought that used. That's right. Got this off the used. We got our plow. And we have our S790 John Deere harvester with our patent license plate. Nice beast of a machine there. We have our mulcher, our four-wheeler, and here is our workshop. So if we need to work on our vehicles, we have one right here. We got our corn header, or sunflowers and stuff like that. We have our seeder, and then we have our planter. The reason why I took this planter is because it has the fertilizer set up with it. I wish I had a better seeder. Well, this is a good seeder, but I wish I had one that had fertilizer on it, but we don't. All right, coming over here, we have a baler and a bale wagon. Hopefully this works. It's supposed to be an auto load, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. We have our fertilizer spreader, auger wagon. Then we have our John Deere 8RX 410. I did go with the US version of it this time, so we have our widened stance crop row tracks. The auto load Mack truck that we were using towards the end of the last episode. We got a Peterbilt with our grain trailer. We got our water tank trailer. And then over here we have our greenhouse with lettuce. As you can see, we have one pallet here, but 6 more that's already been produced. So then our house that we've had, what we would have been using on the North Dakota Hastings map, if we ever got to it or not, I don't know, idea. And then in our garage here, we have a John Deere diesel lawnmower, never been used. And then we have our Ram 2500. And then further down, I kind of placed the stone crusher in its spot it was in before. And I have another fertilizer spreader down there that we're going to use for the fertilizer. And then we have our grain bins here, which I don't think we have anything in it. Nope, it is empty. And then, of course, our little power washer that we've been using to help clean up our equipment. But as of right now, it is November. And let's see here. Seasons. It is currently 62 degrees. So we're going to use that. We're going to get our John Deere, get our plow. We're going to start plowing in the oilseed radish that I planted in all 4 of our fields, because we would have had 5, but we turned 1 into our actual farmland here. So we're going to go ahead and plow these under and then get the stones out of it. That way we can get the stones going. I already have some stone in there being produced for lime. But the materials are missing. So I'm going to deactivate that to save us some money right now. But we do have 10,428 liters of lime already stored. And as you can see here, we did purchase the bakery. We purchased the carpentry. We purchased the cereal factory and the dairy, the oil mill, the grape processing, spinnery, and grain mill. We did have 1 field of cotton that I took there, and we have fabric being produced that we can sell off. Sunflowers, we had a sunflower field. I got that being made into sunflower oil that we can sell off. And that is it, other than the lettuce. So we don't have any grain for flour yet to produce bread. I do need to place a what is it? I had something I needed to place. What was it? It was a... Gosh dang it. My mind just went blank. Production. What was it? The sugar mill. That way we can plant sugar cane and turn it into sugar. And we can sell the sugar off. And that's a pretty good price as well. But we just need to find a spot. We have some money. We might be able to buy a small field that's not being used and put a sugar mill in. But we would have to rent out all the equipment to plant the sugar beet or the sugar cane, and also to harvest the sugar cane as well. But let's go hop in the John Deere. And like I said, hopefully the flickering trees stop once the seasons go ahead and, you know, go through the cycle. I've restarted the game several times and they just won't stop for some odd reason. It's like as soon as they hit November, it's just like it's done and over. I don't know what's going on with it. So, and I just realized I turned the volume down on the machinery. Where's it at? Turn that back up to 40. There we go. Now we can kind of hear it a little bit better. And I just realized I need to change into my jacket. Let me go into the house, change into my jacket real quick. Where'd I put my coat? Ah, duh. Alright, wardrobe. And jacket. But now I need to change glasses and my pants. I changed everything for some odd reason. I just wanted my jacket, but I guess yeah. It's like everything's like glitchy out right now. I have no idea what's going on. There we go. All right. Now we're kind of dressed for the weather. And like I said, hopefully as the seasons progress, it'll fix itself here. Alright, how am I gonna start this? Well, we're not gonna destroy this field. This is one of the crops that won't be destroyed when you run over it. I want to get a headland going on this side so that way I don't run into stuff. I did kind of put stuff a little close right along this edge here. Alright. Let's make sure... Oops, wrong button. I want to make sure that I don't have the allow create fields on, because that would be bad. Which I would have known already because I lowered the plow, so... Oh, we got some large rocks in here this time. And once I get this headland going, we'll set the GPS going, save it for the plow, because this will be the plow that we use from now on. And eventually we will end up getting a larger tractor that'll be a little bit more practical for this stuff. I mean, this tractor's powerful enough to pull everything, but using a plow with this tractor isn't very practical. And I accidentally hired a driver. There we go. So if I don't hit the left bumper along with the B button, it hires the driver, or hires the worker. Alright, so we got that headland done. Alright, let's get this lined up with the edge of the field. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start down on this end. That way, we work ourselves closer to the other fields that need to be done. Try to get lined up here the best I can. Alright. GPS on. Detect auto width. I'm going to show the lines just to be on the safe side. For now, we'll turn it off when we get going and we know we're good. Alright. And that's good. Set GPS, set the cruise. And then I can turn the lines off. Alright, GPS is going. One thing I do want to do is get this, set this to 5. Set to off. And then we'll save that once we're done with, the plow. I'll save the plow as long as I know it's working. Okay, so 5 is too soon. Let's take that back to 9. So yeah, I know we do this a lot, but I mean, this is all part of the game. I mean, it's just season after season doing the same thing over and over again until you get different fields and different types of productions and stuff like that. We got some large rocks in this field this time. I don't think we've actually had a field with large rocks in it before. I mean, to this extent. Alright, this side isn't really going to matter too much, but I want to make sure it stops. And it does. Okay, good. It still stopped pretty soon, though. That's... oh, well. At least it stops itself, so that way if we're not paying attention, it won't keep going. But with this plow, these fields won't take long at all. The thing that's going to take the longest is having the stone picker going. And I think once we... thing is, we don't have another tractor. I might get a smaller tractor for the stone picker. That way we can at least hire a driver with it. So we need a separate tractor for smaller stuff. And then hopefully after this harvest season and stuff like that and our productions and everything else, we'll have enough money for another tractor, like a larger tractor. So like right now, I mean, the game's running 50 FPS, but it's so much more smooth than what it was before, and my graphics are greater than what they were last week as well. After I put the new graphics card in, I've been messing around with the graphics settings, and I overclocked the GPU, and so I'm running better graphics even after the last time I streamed. And I have the same FPS at times, but it's just smoother. It's mainly when I look at our farm is when I start getting a major FPS hit. Like right there's 48 FPS. It gets 47 FPS. It gets worse the closer you get to it. It's even worse at night because I have a bunch of lights surrounding the farm. But that's all right. Now it's still... I wonder if it'll work if I do one. That way it goes up close to the edge before it stops. But yeah, I think it's mainly just this game. It just needs to be optimized better. Oh, I forgot to raise the plow up. Oops, good thing we didn't go into another field. So yeah, it's November 1st, but it's in the 60s, so we're able to plow. The ground has not frozen, so we're going to do as much work as we can before that ground's frozen over. Let's see where this stops. That's a lot better, actually. I still gotta back up because of that tree, but at least I know now it'll get to the end of the field for the most part. I'm really wondering what's gonna happen if it starts snowing like it did last time. If the game's just gonna wig out, or if it was just that modded map that was making it wig out. guess we will see and find out whenever it starts to snow. So I'm going to leave it on 3 days per month. So that way, if we need to do anything and stuff like that, we're not limiting ourselves to just 1 day a month to get stuff done. Even though you can get a lot done in 1 day. I mean, we started this day off at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's only 9 o'clock now, and we've almost got this field done. And that was even after me talking a while for the intro coming in. You know what? To save us money, I think I might just rent another tractor to pull our stone picker for this field. And that way we can keep going with the other field while we still... That way we're not having to use the stone chipper, or what do we want to call it, stone chipper? The stone picker ourselves, because that is a very tedious job. Alright, one last row here, and this field will be done. And we can move on to the next one. It's just, we're going to have to keep an eye on that worker to make sure we don't overload that stone picker. Because it'll just keep going even if it's full, and we lose a lot of stone that way if you're not careful. And that's going to fill up a little bit faster with these larger rocks. And this field is complete. Move over to this other field here. We'll get the headland done. We'll do the headland ourselves all the way around the field. But first, I want to rent out the other tractor and get that stone picker going. So we'll turn this off. And we'll just go with a medium-sized tractor here. We don't need anything huge. Where's the 4755? This will work perfectly fine. It's a little bit more on the expensive side, but we're not going to do anything to it. We're just renting it for a worker, so we're just going to lease it out. It's only $108 a day, so that's not too bad. We're not going to have it for very long anyways. So we'll go ahead and rent that. Exit out. And cycle through till we get to the tractor. There it is. Oh, and we also have more seed here too I haven't used up yet. But this tractor's... We all know we've used the 4755 before in the past episodes, and so we know this tractor will be good for it. Alright, let's get in here, hook up. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll start down here on this end because I want to get the headland done on this side of the field like I did with the plow. That way I know the worker's not going to get caught up on anything. As long as I can get this lined up, but this trailer just does not want to cooperate with me. Alright, that is good enough. Get this lowered, And we'll get the pass down and back done, and then we'll get the worker going down that way. Get this field done. Then we'll just leave it like this for the off season. And then the field will be basically ready for us to plant, roll. It's already fertilized due to the oilseed radish, so we'll get this going. I am using a worker right now, but just that way I know it's gonna go. I don't know what it is. It's like, I know it needs to be done, so that's why we do it, because it does save us a lot of money in the end of things, so we don't have to spend all of our money on lime, because this is pretty much how we're getting our lime right here. So it has to be done. We have to pick up the rocks out of the field, or the stones out of the fields. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on this, because just with this here, we're almost up to 5% already. They should be able to get this field no problem whatsoever. Let's get this. Look at this thing. It just does not want to straighten back out for us here. Let's do it this way. It's like it doesn't want to turn, and then once it does start turning, it doesn't want to stop turning. Alright. Let's get this hired worker going here. There we go. Alright. Let's get this started back up. Lower the... Oops. Don't need lights on right now. GPS going. And... Oh, no GPS. We're doing the headland ourselves, so... And then we'll get the GPS going afterwards. I will set the cruise, though. See, like I said, when we start looking at the farm, we drop frame rate, but... So I don't know. I might have to reconfigure the farm to where it's not as big, but we kind of need it so that way we have some place to store all of our equipment. It's the only bad thing about it. And this we can... I should have probably used that other field. That way I can spread everything out a little bit more. That way it's not all in one spot, but... Oh well. See, once we get away from it, it's not that, it's not as bad. I mean, right now, this is the first time being over in this area since I reloaded the map in, so it might be a little laggy for frame rate, but once you see it a time or two, it'll clear itself up. Especially when we look that way, it kind of clears up a little bit better as well. I think the only thing I actually lowered graphic wise is the 3D quality. I just wish I was able to get those trees to stop flickering, but I don't know how other people do without it. I think they might turn seasons off. We might have to do that. I really don't want to turn seasons off, but I think that's how people get away from the trees flickering. But I could be wrong. I have no idea. So if anybody knows how to turn the trees or stop the trees from flickering, let me know. Oh. We missed some. Oh well. Missing a few spots like that's not going to kill us. I didn't realize we missed the spots there to plant. Oh well. Alright. It's not the prettiest headland, but it'll do. Alright, now we just need to get the GPS set. And get going. And the first time in cab view is gonna stutter. There we go. That's good. I don't know what it is, but I think in cab view is even worse now than outside. Because before we used to come in cab to clear up the graphics. Uh-oh. Yeah, we used to come in cab view to clear the graphics up and get rid of the frame rate drop, but it's even worse in cab now. Well, it's not so bad when you look that way. But once you look this way, it's just like, And it's all because of this. The farm. But then again, the building's a mod, the shed, the shelter over there's a mod, the house is a mod, the garage is a mod. Once again, this is a very mod heavy map, even though the map itself isn't a mod anymore. I think eventually, I think to clear this issue up, my computer's getting really bottlenecked with CPU. But I priced out new CPUs and it's not happening, so we're just gonna have to deal with this. I mean, it's not the graphics card, so it's a CPU issue right now. I mean, I don't have anything running other than my game, OBS, Windows Media Player for the music, and of course with the OBS streaming. My task manager is up right now, and at times, right now it's a solid 50% CPU usage. But there's been times where I look and I've seen it up to like 67, 68. So yeah, I think a lot of the issues right now with the frame rate is CPU usage. So yeah, it's going to be a minute before I can afford to get a new CPU. Not unless all of a sudden the world seems to open up and technology is being able to be distributed across the world a lot easier and prices drop. All right, how far is that worker? Not very far. So it's probably up to like 20% full. We'll check it after this row. Because like I said, I really don't want to have that thing just keep going and us not checking it. And I missed a spot anyway, so we're going to have to go back and get this spot. Get that. There we go. Let's check this. 32%. So it's a little bit more than what I thought it was, but so that's filling up a lot faster than I thought it would. But then again, like I said, with the larger rocks, it's going to. Let's just see how much it actually fills up in one pass. And it's November and this dude's in a cut-off t-shirt and capris. I just want to see how much this thing fills up in one. Start off with 32. We'll go down and back and see how much it fills up. But it's pretty much going to be the same down and back, so I guess whatever it is, however much it goes up going down this way, it's going to do the same thing coming back. So far it's jumped up 4%, 5%. So we're going to be looking at about 5 to 6% per row. So yeah, it's probably going to get filled up pretty quick. We'll have to unload it. Try to get to where we don't miss any. Which I think we might. So let's go ahead and get this straightened out. Alright, we should be good here. We shouldn't miss any coming back the other way again. Yeah, this plow definitely takes care of these fields pretty dang quick. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to get into multiplayer, though. It'd be less mods, so we should have a little bit better frame rate. So we'll only have maybe max, maybe 10 mods in at a time. So it shouldn't be that bad. But I just got to figure out what mods to let loose, because I use quite a few of them, actually. Everything we're pretty much using right now is a mod. Alright, after this row, we'll go back over and check that. I think every time we go down and back with this, we'll check the stone picker. Because you actually lose a lot of stone if you don't pay attention to it. And that equals a lot of lime that you miss out on. Alright, let's go check this. 46%. Not bad. I'm still thinking about paving this lane here, but I just don't know yet. Instead of making it stone, make it like asphalt. Either that or maybe I'll just make it all stone. I don't know. Yeah, we're definitely, especially when the stone picker gets to this field, that stone picker is going to fill up quick. And that's a modded stone picker where it holds 5,000 liters instead of 2,000 liters. But we'll just have to figure out what to plant for the next season. I know I want to do soybeans. I think we'll do corn because we haven't done corn yet. We'll have to do some sort of grains, so probably oats. Oats is usually pretty good. That way we can do flour, and we can also bale it up. Bale the straw up. And I'll leave it up to you guys. Let me know what you guys want for the fourth field. It could be something different. We can do something tedious like potatoes, sugar beets, do sugar cane. But we do need to get a factory to make sugar. 53%. I would hire a worker for this, but I think we would probably miss some spots. Just like it did when I was planting the oilseed radish. But that's alright. Don't want to hire a worker to do everything, and you just... What's the point? But yeah, we got this tractor brand new, and you can see I've already put 10 hours on this thing. And that was for working these fields up last time. But that was also using this with the stone picker. The stone picker took up a lot of the time. Yeah, the further we get away from the farm, a little bit better our FPS is. We got 2 more fields to do after this one. We do need to travel around to see how our other productions are doing as well. Since we skipped time, I haven't checked how our sunflower oil's doing, and our fabric. That way you can try to sell some of that stuff off. Oops. 63%. All right. So let's get a majority of that field done. I think it's almost over half done. But once we get that stone dropped off, we'll be able to start the production left, going back up again with our lime. But yeah, this is always the boring part of the season, of getting everything ready to go for the next season. Because we're not really taking any crops off to really see any, income or anything like that. Ooh, just barely clipped the tree. Oh well. Am I gonna get all that? Nope, I'm gonna miss a spot. Let's try that. There we go. I need to see, there is another factory that I have to help create fertilizer and stuff like that. I need to see what it's going to take to create fertilizer if we place that factory down. So that way we don't have to keep buying solid fertilizer. Because our seeder, since it doesn't fertilize, we're going to have to manually go back and fertilize everything that we planted with the seeder. But since this is fertilizing for the first stage with the oilseed radish, whatever we use the planter for, we're still going to need to buy liquid fertilizer for that, but at least everything will be fertilized for the final time after we seed it. And I did it again. 74%. I'll have one more time down this direction. And this field will be done for plowing. I think that's going to be filled up the next time it goes down and back. It might be able to finish off the field, but it's going to be kind of close. Am I going to make this turn? Ooh, nope. Alright, finish up this field, and then we'll do the headland after we check. I might empty out that stone picker. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it for this next field. I think we might just keep an eye on it before we start this next field for the plow. So that way we know we're not gonna overload that stone picker. I think within another day or two, I think the leaves are going to start falling off the trees. Alright, so this is done. Let's turn that off. 82%. And we're not going to be able to finish this field with this load. This is picking stone up at a pretty quick rate because of the larger stone. But I am glad I did a hired worker for this field, though. That way we can try to keep things going with the other stuff, and this gets done as well. Well, it looks like the Chiefs just beat Buffalo 42-36 in overtime. So the 49ers advanced, the Chiefs advanced, Bengals advanced. I believe it would be, what, the Buccaneers? So there's 4 teams left. Well, I guess I didn't need to do that headland back and forth either way. I mean, it's still gonna turn around in there. I'm thinking the trees will stop flickering once it stops changing colors. But like I said, the real test is going to be during the winter time. See if it does what it did last time. You know, there's one thing I haven't done in the entirety of me owning this game, because I started downloading mods as soon as I got the game. I haven't just gotten into the game without any mods. So I might have to get on here and just do the base game and see how it performs. See if I'm still having those issues or not, and because if I'm not having those issues, that means there's a mod or mods that is just completely messing the game up. So I don't know, it might be a process of elimination on, opening up a vanilla game save without any mods loaded into it. And just start putting one mod in at a time and seeing if anything starts causing it to have issues. But I mean, I have a lot of mods. So it could be a number of different things. Now we're up to 97%. We'll be able to finish up this row or no? 98. If we can finish up this row, that'd be nice. That's close enough. Yes, we can. All right. Stop the driver. Fold this back up. We'll go unload it. And we'll finish up this field, and then we'll go and have it start in this other field. It's definitely nice, though, having our own machinery, because now when it starts wearing out and stuff like that, we can actually see it progress through the wear stages. Like you can tell, I mean, it's already has more paint wore off of it now than what it had when we first started. All right, let's back this up. And unload. And then we'll get this started back up again. Yep. Alright, and activate. So that'll start processing the lime for us again. I don't know, I think the next field, I don't know if we can do a hired worker with the plow or not. It's still an awkward shaped field. Let's start from this side so that way I know it'll go the right direction. Sometimes, I don't know what it is when you do a hired worker. If you started back where you left off, sometimes it'll go the opposite direction instead of keep going the way it was going. So I want to make sure that this goes the right way. So I'll start off here on this edge of the field. That way I know that the game knows it can only go right instead of left. Yeah, this thing's going to fill up really, really quick on the next field because it's not going to be turning around back and forth all the time. right there, one pass was 5%. Actually, it's about the same. It's about the same length of field, actually, but I think it might be a little wider than this one is. But it's about the same length. This one might be a tad bit longer, but not by much. Actually, I think there's a way of looking at it here. Farmland. Farm 31, or the field number 31, is 12.9 acres. Well, actually, we're looking at field... Yeah, you can just tell. Look at field 32 and 33. So field 33 is 16.11 acres. Field 32 is 21.04. 12.993. So yeah, so this, it goes 32, 33, 31, 30 for sizes. Now I'm almost kind of wanting to unload this thing again before we actually start the larger field. That way I know it's going to be a little while, a little bit longer anyways. At least 1, 2, what is that, 2 passes there. So 2, 3, 4 to 5 passes more than what we would have if we just started right back into this field. But it's not really going to save us that much more time. Or not really save us that much more time, but buy us that more time. All right, can we make it one more pass? I don't think we're going to be able to. I think it's going to be slightly off. Thing's definitely getting wore out, though. Yeah, we're going to be missing just a little tiny sliver here. That's still going to give us another % or 2 of stone, though. But anyhow, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this on my own time. That way you guys aren't bored of seeing the same thing over and over again. But I think what I'll do is, like I said, I'll plant corn, soybean, and oats. Let me know what that 4th field, it'll probably be the smaller field. What should the smaller field be? Probably maybe a smaller... like, not really a smaller crop, but a crop that has only the smaller width implements that's going to take longer to get through the field. So that way we're not sitting here for hours on one field planting and harvesting and stuff like that. So let me know. Maybe potatoes, sugarcane, sugar beets. What else is there? For like the smaller crop, potatoes, sugar beet, oh, that's that. Potato, sugar beet, cotton, sugar cane, and I think that might be all we can really do as of right now. I mean, we could turn it into like a grape vineyard or something like that. But let me know what between those choices there. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, we'll get these fields harvested the next time you guys see it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.